Sorry.
All right.
Yes, Bobby Lee, please say what
This
you're
is my
saying.
theory that every race has 12 prototypes, like
Ooh,
male and
interesting.
female, right?
Yeah.
And then God sometimes does like a special edition, right?
Okay.
Yeah, like
It's like Dateline.
he makes 100, he signs them.
Yeah,
They're
it's pretty
special,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
I'm one of those. I'm a special edition Asian.
Oh boy.
Oh, you don't think I am?
No. Yes, a big special edition.
Well, then you're saying that I'm like everyone else then.
But you just stereotyped my friend Josh, and I know that I agree with your 12 stereotype thing. Like I can name the 12 girls that look like me. There's Jody Miller, right?
Right.
Susanna Spies, you know
Yeah.
her?
Yeah.
We all,
Okay.
everybody thinks we're sisters.
Yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner, and then
That's funny. Yeah.
I couldn't think of who else. But literally people will book me as a headliner.
Yeah.
They'll put all my information, and then they put Jody Miller's picture.
Yeah. You guys are the same. You guys are the same, like, prototype.
You know, I tried to hook her up with Andrew. I tried to hook her up with Dice after we broke up.
Oh, my God.
Because I'm good like that. Like if, I'll help you find something.
Yeah.
To get over this. And
We ended in one, ended in.
and he goes, "What? She's like a broken down valise looking like you." And I go, that's a terrible thing to get. He goes, "You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
She's from Jersey, not even Philly. And I was like, "Wait, I love Jody."
Right.
And he loves Jody. He's just like, "I don't want to date her." He was
like you could have the same car model as mine, like a car.
No,
it just depends on how we used it. So like that's you and Jody are the same model, but you guys one
run
person
different.
Well, yeah, one person ran you into the ground, and the other owner just preserved you.
Yeah.
And put the little thing over
Jody?
the car.
Yeah, Jody. Yeah. Jody was underground parking. What?
Yeah,
she was protected.
yeah,
That's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
Wasn't in the sun.
You were used like.
Yeah, there's not primer.
Well, you were like
on the
you know what you were.
doors.
You were like a
problem.
You're like a Postmates car.
Okay.
Just open. You're a Postmates car.
There's a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
It's constantly being driven around.
Like an Uber car, but
off.
but by a Middle Eastern guy that works 24 hours a day.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I get it. That's very nice of you, Bobby Lee. Well, welcome, Bobby.
Thank you for having me.
you for coming on the podcast again.
You've been very...
you're becoming one of our favorite guests.
Well, you've been as of late, very physically violent toward me.
No. I think I wanted to have you on just to see how our relationship is progressing, because I think the fans want to know.
Yeah.
And what you could do to make it better.
What I've been trying to do is when I see you, I want to embrace you physically, but not in a sexual way because I don't find you sexual at all.
Thank God.
And vice versa, I can feel that.
Oh, I hope you can feel that.
I feel it. I feel it. Yeah. It's in your eyes. It's rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get rounder.
Yeah.
Does that make you mad? Anyway.
Yeah.
So
but
rude.
what I'm trying to do is trying to get some sort of physical contact.
But why? You mean like a hug? Because I am a hugger.
Yeah, but you don't. Because I've been observing you from afar, and I see how you hug other people.
Okay, that's
like open micers. Like you hug open. I know, but you hug open micers far more tenderly than you do than me.
But wait a minute.
Yeah.
There's a lot of open micers that I love.
No, everyone knows you, everyone loves you, and they see you there. Oh my God, Eleanor, she's like our Auntie Eleanor, right? But when I come up to you, it's like you elbow me in the neck.
Because you come at me like a little
I'm a little guy. I'm a little guy.
But your shoulders come out.
I'm thick in that way.
You got your little leather jacket on,
your
shoulders are protruding, and they come at me.
Johnny Sanchez and I are the same model, although his is a Hispanic version.
Right.
And I see you hug him in a tender way.
That's my godson.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Yeah.
We're like practically related. I didn't know the Mexicans do it like that, but he is my godson.
Yeah. But I wish that, it'd be different, but I guess that's just the way it is.
So you're saying you want hugs? I mean, I'll work on it. So you're saying that's what I have to work on?
But then also you do really harsh racist things, too.
Yeah, but I'm from Philadelphia.
I
it's
understand
just
that.
I'm sorry.
But I've been observing you with other races as well.
And I don't pick on them?
Not as hard as me. Oh, yeah?
Like pick one that I don't.
Well, you'll go I'll come up to you and I'll go, oh, my God, we're all going to get the bird flu, guys.
I never say
I know,
that.
I'm just giving you an example. Yeah. Cover your mouths.
So
bird
hack.
flu. I know, but like something like that. I'm giving you,
No, I did. I might say that last night I may or may not have said on stage that was a shot that my father missed a couple years ago.
Yeah, you say stuff like that.
That's
which
different.
is crazy because I'm not Vietnamese.
My dad fought in Korea.
Yeah, but your dad fought with us.
Koreans.
Fought with us.
With you. Oh,
yeah,
so you're
yeah.
saying you're
I'm
on
not
the good
North
side.
Korean.
Do you remember he asked what side you're on?
Yeah. But I was definitely
Genuinely concerned.
I know.
Which side? I'm like, Dad.
Well, I'm not. I'm from Seoul.
He wouldn't be here.
Yeah, exactly. And you know this.
I
And
don't know
that.
you're from Seoul, but I
But
know
you know
now.
that I'm South Korean.
Of course.
Oh, well, then there you go.
And let me tell you, if you were North Korean, I wouldn't give a shit. I'm rooting for North Korea. This place is a mess, don't you think?
Yeah.
It needs to be wiped out a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's going to hit LA first.
What, you think L.A.?
I love it. Get rid of it.
Get rid of what?
California.
No. What are you talking about? No.
Well, you think they're going to hit the whole United States? He's not going to. He doesn't have aim like that.
I think that I don't think he
Santa Monica's going to go.
the honest
Malibu.
truth is that if he wants to annihilate his whole country and just do like a suicide, then yes, he would do that. But as soon as he launches one rocket, right? It's
Rocket
over.
Man.
Yeah, it's over for him. Yes, he
Yeah.
might take out California, but the world will obliterate North Korea.
Absolutely. My
Absolutely.
father's
Put it-
going to get back in uniform. Like, it's...
Yeah, that's not
But
gonna happen.
I just kind of...
Oh,
look who's
my
here,
God!
Ricky.
Look who's here! Look at his fucking.
Welcome, Ricky.
Look at him.
Was there traffic? It's such a pain in the ass. Even a holiday weekend is traffic.
It's
Just coming from the Improv, I hit traffic.
Yeah, it's just
It's
too
not even
far.
a...
There's always something on the highway at some point when you drive.
gross.
as far as I drive.
And we had Bobby Lee back. We were just debating our relationship and how it's grown.
You guys you're closer to best friends than enemies now.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's just mad that I don't hug him.
I mean, that is pretty effed up.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Just hug the guy.
And that I say racial slurs.
Are there things that I do for you, to you, Rick, that bother you?
No.
There's not one thing.
No, I don't think so.
Why are you
Whoa.
so abnormally loud?
Hey,
That
Josh.
got weird.
See, this. Hey, Josh. Can
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead,
We
go ahead.
figured it out.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, you can back up a little bit. What do you think that?
No.
But then they'll be like, "What? Sound like you're down the hallway." They haven't mastered how to make this
You know
not
what's
sound
amazing?
terrible yet.
We also have this on YouTube now.
Where's it?
and,
Oh, where's the video at?
So the cameras are right there.
Okay, good.
But here's my thing. Every time I watch them, you can't hear everybody.
Oh, really?
You're
You
like
can?
one person.
This
But they're
is
trying.
Professional studio.
It's still crackling. Something's happening. They're not
This club
helping.
is changing subtly, right? When you
Yeah.
notice, like I was in the main room earlier,
Yeah.
and they did the carpets. I think there. In the
Oh, yeah, I
hallway.
saw that. I tripped over it.
Yeah, but when
I don't
it's
like
like you don't like it,
No.
but slowly it's gonna change before our eyes.
Have you been in the belly room?
No, what's
It's
going on up there?
insane. It's giant now. They knocked all the facades out in the back.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
When do they do this work? During the day?
Juan Carlos does it all by himself. The problem is,
Like the problem is, yeah.
Miss Mitzi, the problem is. I've been doing him on stage because I'm obsessed with him.
Yeah. Well, he's been
Here
here
for-
since I've been here. I think.
Me too.
Yeah,
Well,
he's been here
he came
forever.
a little bit after me, actually.
And he doesn't age. He looks
No,
exactly
he
the
looks
same.
amazing.
He looks amazing.
The blinking is just Mitzi. She likes to play with the lights.
Yeah. Well, there's been, like in the main room, the lights went out for a split second too. There's
Tonight?
some weird shit's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed it was real dark across the street, and I was like, when I pulled in, I was like, oh, is it? But that's building could be blocking everything that's
Yeah.
not up. House of Blue is so boring.
What's going on with your career, Rick?
Wait a minute. We're interviewing you, Bobby.
He's good.
I love it.
Whoa, he did turn
He changed
the
the
tables.
subject.
Yeah.
I was excited to talk about me for a little bit.
Yeah.
You can talk about you. I love it. Rick's
What's going
got a
on?
lot going on.
Yeah. What's going on? Tell me.
I'm slowly skyrocketing towards the top of Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's a crawl, but I mean just
Okay.
skyrocketing.
You got to crawl before you walk.
Yeah.
Anything new
friend.
happening though for real though?
We filmed a thing for Bill Burr, All Things Comedy, Comedy Central this last week.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's
So
a good thing he saw a different set than the one I just did in front of him. So that's working out.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it's gonna air on Comedy Central.
Yeah, but sometime next year.
Next year.
They said
January.
beginning of 2020.
And did you have a good set?
He annihilated.
It was-
yeah.
it was
I
good.
can only imagine.
Bobby, I know I'm a little biased because I'm obsessed with Rick.
Yeah.
But
Juan
he,
Carlos and me. Those are our obsessions.
wait a minute, I do have weird obsessions. You're right. No, but I'm telling you, he annihilated.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I honestly, like, for years, and I've said this before, I'm like, what the fuck, this guy? Why is he still doing it? In my head, because I didn't see you on stage.
Yeah.
But
Ever?
There was like a 5-6 year period where I'm like, I just kind of Rick Ingraham was just completely just like out of my sight.
Well, there was a 17-year one for me with Bobby.
I know. I know.
So go ahead. I understand that.
And then one day I was talking to either Kirk Fox or somebody like that, and they're like, "Wow, Rick is really doing." I go, "Really?"
Yeah.
And so then one night, this is a couple years ago, maybe years ago, I watched you, and you blew my fucking mind.
Yeah,
you blew my fucking mind out of my mind. I mean, I remember I came up to you. I'm like,
I love that analogy.
And every time I see you now, I go, oh my God, like you fucked me up.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, this guy, because you didn't do crowd work that one set.
Yeah.
You did all jokes, right?
Yeah.
Your point of view was just exactly how I feel about life almost. It was
I get
so
it.
good. So
Thanks,
good.
man. Yeah, because you're like Duncan. When Bobby came up and was like, "Hey, that was a great set," my first thought was like, "Is Bobby fucking with me right now? Did I not do well?" And he thinks this is fun.
No, I tell everyone. I go, even when I bring you up, I say it.
Yeah, yeah. And I liked the last time you brought me up. You said this guy and Fahim. And I'm like, yeah, that dude is great.
Anwar's the same way.
Fahim.
When you watch him, you go, that right there is. Here's what it is. I can't do it.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't be able to do what they do. When I see some comics, I go, yeah, I could have thought of that, or I could have done that.
Right.
But the way you think is just out of. I don't think that way.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not like threatened or artistically.
All right, just calm down. Like I'm not threatened. Like all of a sudden you started your own fight with him.
No, I'm not.
That was
I'm
weird.
just saying I'm not threatened artistically.
Nor should you be.
Yeah, well, I'm not, right? But you go. It's like when I saw Sebastian blossom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One day.
How
Like he was
crazy was
terrible
that?
for years.
Right?
And then one day he's so good, and you just have like this, wow, something happened.
Comedy epiphany. Where you're
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
That's
I
all.
figured it out.
I have a question for you. How come you've never done a special?
Um,
I'm positive you've been
I re-
offered.
I was, and then I didn't want to do one, and then when people were doing Netflix ones, I go, let's fucking do one, and I went to my agent, and I said, can you just put out feelers to see? And I think his response back was a couple days later, like, I think I can get you a 15-minute one.
What?
Yeah. And I don't know if he had called or that's just coming out of his own head.
Right.
Right. But and then I hear everyone got one, the one that just came out, right?
Yeah.
Like people I've never even heard of.
I feel like Joe Diaz, but they did half hours at least.
But with him though, that's another thing is that he wanted to do an hour. He had to showcase a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they gave him a half an hour, right? And in my head I'm like,
that's crazy.
if I'm selling out the Irvine Improv without doing one, if I'm selling out San Jose without doing one,
Sure.
Chicago without doing one, I'll wait until someone's super excited to do one, and then I'll do it.
Yeah, that's smart.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
because I
you
don't
do.
need
You
it.
sell out.
Yeah, I make good money, and I don't need it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to be fighting to do one, especially with. And again, I'm very negative, but
No.
Netflix puts a lot of crap out.
Oh.
No, let's not say that.
There's no reason.
No,
why-
let's not say that.
No, I already said it.
I know that. I know you said it, right?
Yeah.
But
Listen, they put great specials out. They do.
There's
Great
some.
ones.
Yeah.
But there's some of their specials where I watch and I go, how did this happen?
yeah, I don't say
Yeah.
that
I know.
because
Why?
I'll tell you why if you say that, right? Because whoever got those did something right
Of course.
that like caught the interest of somebody that's a gatekeeper,
Sure.
like Robbie.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's
I don't.
Robbie? Is
He's
Robbie
the,
Netflix
Robbie's
guy?
the boss.
The boss
He used
there.
to run Montreal
Montreal.
and all that stuff.
Okay.
and many times I would lay awake at night going, well, how come I don't tickle his fancy,
Right.
right?
But that's
And
crazy.
but I know, but the thing is that I'm not going to tickle everyone's fancy. There's some gatekeepers that love me,
yeah.
Sure.
but there are some that don't, and I don't want to get in the business of like, categorizing these people, and it's not a good way to live. So
Trying to please everybody, you mean?
or also just or just being resentful that like how the
Feeling
fuck
better.
is
Oh, yeah,
this
yeah.
lady? You know what I mean?
Got it.
Because I know what my skill set is. I know that I can follow anyone in the world.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of those guys can't. It's fine, but it has nothing to do with that. It's just, fine. I don't tickle some people's fancy.
Yeah.
And I've never said that before in my life. Those words. I don't even know what that means.
What I like is
I don't know why I kept saying tickle
that
fancy.
you keep going like this.
And I do this because I don't know what it means.
Yeah.
Tickle
I
fancy.
think I heard a white dude say that in like movies.
It does. It sounds like 1950s.
Yeah.
Sure, I tickled your fancy a little bit, eh?
yeah.
Golden era
Yeah.
comedy.
Didn't even use a feather.
Met a lady on the street the other day. Pretty sure I tickled her fancy.
Yeah.
You can't tickle fancy in the Me Too era.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
something.
yeah, that's a tough thing to do.
And then
But
Esther
you're
was
right, though.
Esther was in my car just now. Pavinsky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love Esther.
I love her too, and she goes, "Are you mad because being Asian is cool now, and you're like, and you know, and it wasn't back when you were doing, like you were on the rise?"
It's a weird
And I
question.
go, "Yeah,
Fucking Esther's
not
great.
thank you for the new obsession.
Yeah.
Thank you for the new fear that I have now."
That's
Yeah,
one
yeah.
thing
That's
I'm
cool
not
to put in your
obsessed with.
brain.
Rick,
Yeah.
that's one thing I'm not obsessed with.
No.
What is me? I know.
Asians.
I know you're not.
So go ahead.
In a way, though, I think you might be. It's just not the same kind of obsession as Juan Carlos, which is
Yeah.
top notch.
So what did you say to her?
My answer is that when I was on Mad and I did what and I'm still working. I'm on a show now, but I did it when no one was doing it,
Right.
and I'd never been to Montreal or Aspen or any of these things
yeah.
that you were supposed to do to get. I did it on sheer just will
Merit too.
and merit.
Yeah.
I went in there
You'd auditioned.
and I auditioned 10 times, and I went through all the hoops, and I did it, and I did the Tonight Show. I did all the things that like one gets when they do a Montreal or something like that, and I
Right.
did it
Without
on my
it.
own, and I did it when Asians weren't like chic or hip. I did it on my own, and I really, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I don't think that most of them can touch me.
I agree.
I honestly believe it, and I could be wrong, but I know my skill set, and I know what I can and cannot do.
Sure.
And
As an actor and a stand-up, you
of
mean,
all
right?
of it, all of it,
okay.
yeah. And so,
Because a stand-up for sure. Like
It doesn't-
I know you're good at acting,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like as far as like the representation that's out there, and I don't want to be negative, but I will. And a friend of mine called me and she was like, "Hey, this Asian comic did this special and he's pretty big, and I watched it and I really hated it." And I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh well, yeah, they just
that
sometimes.
person, right? Didn't they just called them and said, "You want to do one?"
That right, I
right?
bet.
And
yeah.
then, so when that happens, and then you go, and then, I call my agent, and go, maybe I can get one, and they go, no,
That's
right. So in my
crazy
head,
to
I'm
me.
like, instead of in my mind, right, getting all wrapped up into like,
Why?
why, or
Yeah.
the paranoia.
The conspiracy.
It's
of
just
how this happened.
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm making money,
Okay.
Right.
and
Gotta stop saying that to Rick and I.
no, I want to. Yeah, I want to. I'm buying a house right now, and
Yeah.
it's exciting.
Proud of you.
Yeah, and
That's amazing.
And I'm completely fine.
Yeah.
I'm like not going away. I'm not going to quit.
Yeah.
And death is the only thing that's going to stop it. So you're going to have to kill me.
Don't you tempt me.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think you'll die.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If we're just putting predictions out there, I think you're gonna outlive
never
every one of these
die.
motherfuckers.
I agree. But it infuriated me because I didn't think of you having done or not do a special until that person brought that up, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know if he has one. And then I looked it up and there wasn't one. And
I
I
don't
was
have
like, holy shit. So I got pissed. And
And I'm not going to ask or beg.
no,
I'm
you
done.
shouldn't.
I'm not doing
You
it. I refuse to
absolutely
do
shouldn't.
it. I won't do it.
Yeah.
And if I never have one, and then all these people rise above me, I'll die that way. I don't give a fuck.
That's when you go.
No, I honestly,
die
I'm
with
not.
pride in
I'm not
your
fucking.
heart.
I'm not doing it.
You die with pride.
You know.
That's pure pride.
I will literally beg anywhere to try and get more recognition. If someone could just aim me in the direction of where the begging needs to take place in this town.
What about cocksucking? Would you do that?
I'll do it.
Really?
I have a child to raise, and
You're right, and it's
there's
expensive.
a certain level of pride.
Would you? No. Let's be real. would you suck a dick to star in a movie?
Sure.
Are you being real?
Oh.
Sure.
Like come in your mouth.
I guess it's weirder for him to say yes.
Like come in your mouth.
It's gonna be like a big movie.
Okay, I'm a studio exec. Okay, I call you.
Oh
Yeah.
wow,
Okay.
somebody's going back.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, it's Wayne Brewski. I don't just
Oh,
make that word.
Wayne.
Hey, how you doing? I know you don't know me,
It's
but
a
I know
terrible
you.
name.
I know.
Wayne
Oh yeah,
Brewski.
yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
Bernie Fetterman.
Yep.
Okay, get
Hey,
Jewish, more
Bernie
Jewish.
Fetterman. How you
Perfect.
doing?
Mr. Fetterman.
Yeah, I work for
Pleasure
Warner
talking
Brothers.
to you.
How you doing?
Happy Passover.
You good?
You know,
Great.
that
I see you
kind
on
of
stage
stuff.
the other night at the comedy store.
Great.
Very good, very good. I like your point of view. You know, I
Thanks,
think
man.
that you're weird looking.
Yeah. That sells. That's
Like
hot
your
right
face
now.
is featureless and a lot of features.
Wow.
at the same time.
Thanks, man.
Anyway,
Double positive.
Jason Momoa just backed out of Aquaman,
Okay.
right? And I just think that you'd be the perfect Aquaman.
Just, sir, if you and Fetterman, if you wouldn't mind just getting your dick out real quick.
Oh,
I'm gonna suck
but
that
he didn't
thing
ask
off.
yet. He didn't
Yeah, I didn't ask
ask
you
yet. He
yet.
didn't ask you yet. You gotta
Don't
calm down.
volunteer it.
No,
Yeah.
I will aggressively pursue the Aquaman role.
Hold on, cut.
Cut. You don't volunteer it. You don't ask because you might be able to get it without it.
Listen, I think if I take the power, then I'm in control here. And
Right.
I get Aquaman, and I get to make Fetterman super uncomfortable.
Right. Okay. So, but if Bernie Fetterman goes, you're gonna have to suck my dick.
Poor Bernie.
I'm being real.
Uh-huh.
Would you?
I mean,
At this point,
yeah. If I'm getting a movie,
Yeah.
and I'm making some money on
And
this
no one will
movie?
know. No one will know. It'll just be in his office.
Sure.
they write a check.
Sure.
Oh wow.
They give you an upfront.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I think you've done it for less. Same here. And
we're talking about a life-changing event.
I've
you know?
I've certainly done it for less. So without
Yeah.
with a promise and without a promise, I've done it.
I've never even
so.
had a real manager, so I mean, I'm skipping a lot of steps here
Yeah.
That's true.
That
in
is
the
true.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get you
But-
a real manager.
You're really just an enigma, though, to me. I watch you and I go, why the fuck? But you know, here's the and you're going to probably disagree with me, and I'm probably wrong.
Okay.
Can I throw something out there?
Please.
I was watching the other night,
Oh,
and the
boy.
audience was a little tight. 'Cause
Yeah.
I had gone up.
Wait, was this last night?
No, it was
Okay.
a couple
No,
weeks
just
ago.
because that was a tight crowd.
No,
I
I've
thought
seen
they
him
were-
do this
I
10
thought
times.
they were good last night, but
I've seen him do it 10 times.
Okay.
Where the audience was a little tight because I don't know why, but a lot of times we're back to back or we're
yeah, Sundays especially.
yeah, on Sundays especially, yeah. And I knew that it was going to be a little work for you,
Yeah.
but instead of trying, right?
That's his specialty.
Instead of trying, you went the opposite direction
Yeah.
of like I want to dig a hole, and I don't care if I get myself out of the hole.
No.
Okay.
You know, because I don't like this audience, and
You can't fake
Sometimes you have to embrace the whole.
no, sometimes. Here's my argument, though. Okay, and I could be wrong, but you know, in my head, like because I've seen Francis Ford Coppola in the OR, I've seen Tarantino there like 5 times.
Yeah.
I've seen casting directors and managers sit in the back. You know, does it? I mean, wouldn't it help you if you just said to yourself, I'm going to smile up front. I'm going to rearrange my act so that I can just get them to like me up front and get, some really cool just love laughs and then go into my point of view. But that's not what you do. You go, I'm going to say the most awful, you know what I mean?
Out the gate.
Out of the gate. In terms of energy, too, in your mood, right? And so I'm just saying that you don't ever want to.
I can't be me and
You can't fake it.
sacrifice my perspective.
I'm not saying that.
I mean,
I'm not saying that.
my existence is based on not caring what the people in the audience think. Because I know they'll like me some, but I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna alter.
I'm not saying to alter or do impressions or anything. I'm saying in your arsenal of fucking material,
Sure.
all the things that you fucking wrote.
Jesus.
No, listen to me.
They're very angry.
All the fucking things you wrote.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're like, okay, this is what I've been doing.
So glad he's mad at you now.
This is what I do right now. This
Yeah.
is the order of jokes. This is what I'm doing now. Instead of doing that, go, you know what? This audience is fucking a lot of Midwestern, sensitive, you know what I mean, people. I'm going to take this joke, the series of jokes that I did 3 years ago that they don't know, right? Put that up front because it's a little lighter. It's still your point of view. It's still your voice. Get them to like me and then go into the shit.
No, I could never do that.
Okay, well, that's not bad.
I could do that. I do that.
I do that too.
I'm an ass kisser.
Yeah, I couldn't
If
do
you
it.
like, I'm not. I won't say I'm an ass kisser. I went on the other night and it was brutal. It was a Monday.
Yeah.
And it was one of those. We saw John Little not do well, and we just thought that's because his material, like he was fucking around. So we walked out and we just thought, all right, he don't do it enough. He fucked up, right? And he literally was talking about Notre Dame and like fucking kids. Like he went hard, and it was day of.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, he's not whatever. So then we go out, and it was O'Neill's turn. He comes out, he's sweating. Then I went in, and I was bombing hard.
Was there a crowd?
Yes.
Oh wow.
And they were from every other country. Like not one American was in there. And I was like, this is a youth hostel. And I tried to switch it. I tried to go in the crowd. I tried every trick in my little bag. And I might have got 4 laughs.
Yeah.
I lost 10 pounds though. I was sweating
That's
really
not
bad.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
like
win-win.
sometimes the OR is a no.
But
win.
I've tried.
There's a no-win situation in the OR, and I know those nights.
Yeah. Oh, it was
That's
brutal.
not what I'm saying about him. This guy
You're
could have
saying-
done it.
He could have turned them.
He can turn them. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And he won't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not. I'm not going to do that.
I try to
Listen,
turn a room if
I
it's
watched
bad.
on Sunday. I watched like probably the last 7 or 8 minutes of your set. That's when I got here, and I went in, and they were legitimately groaning at parts of Bobby's jokes that 1 aren't offensive,
Yeah.
and 2 are just like setups.
Are you sure they're not offensive?
No, they
I'm
weren't.
positive they weren't
I remember
offensive.
that. Yeah.
And I remember looking over, and I think it was Kirk Fox or someone was like, "They're tight." I go, yeah, all right.
That's pretty good.
Very good.
So, well, there's only one thing to do if it's that tight, and that's you got to spit on it and just push it in as hard as you can.
Try to get in there.
Yeah.
Try
That's
to-
what you're doing.
Yeah,
You're pushing it in.
yeah.
Ah.
So I
Spit
try.
on it.
I give them
Jesus.
one chance.
Right.
If I say something off the top and
that
they
you think should coast.
and they look at me horrified or they groan or they
you
gasp,
take it from there.
then at that point it's on them.
That's
how I see
hilarious.
it.
Yeah, but I'll give you just one last thing I want to say
Sure.
about it is
I love
that
this TED
when I'm
Talk.
on the road,
Mhm.
right, and my feature is struggling,
Okay.
sometimes that happens. And I like to bring newer people that don't necessarily do the road a lot. Like a lot of these doormen, like Hassan.
Smart. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
They're
great.
very good,
Yeah.
And I kind of like it when it's tight because then in my head I'm like, I can't wait to see if I can figure this out.
If you can fix it.
Yeah, but you're not figuring it out. What you're doing is going, we're going to go down together.
Yeah.
This is the Titanic.
I'm gonna hurt.
Hey,
You're gonna hurt.
You're not mending the fucking boat. You're
No.
going, we're all going to die together.
Hey,
You're
look,
making the hole bigger.
if I'm gonna
yeah.
if I'm gonna die in a fire, I'm starting the fire.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean,
That's the name of his special
That's
fire
funny, dude.
starter.
That's very good. Okay.
yeah.
Should we call your special fire starter?
Yeah,
Please.
fire starter. Yeah.
We'll record that down here in the basement.
yeah.
Once they knock that wall out, we get a little crowd in here. We'll
figure
kill it.
out.
But when you did Bill Burr's thing,
Yeah.
Oh.
right, ATC, where you slayed, right? If the audience was bad, would you have done it then?
I mean, I would have had to do the same set that I had already gotten.
Yeah, we got
pre-approved,
approved.
So
Yeah, we had to
it
get
wouldn't
approved.
have mattered. I would
It
have
wouldn't
just
have
had to
mattered.
fight through it.
Right.
I will tell you, we both said the same thing when we got off. That fuck, we really wanted to go into that crowd.
Yeah.
Like when you're stuck doing what they already approved. You're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Everyone kept talking about how they've been working the 5 minutes for the last couple weeks and all that, and I was like, I recorded it, got it approved, and I didn't do it again until that night.
such an asshole.
And the girl
Yeah.
from All
I've been
Things is
working
like,
it every night.
"What do you mean you haven't been practicing it?" I go, "No, because if I would have done that, then it would have gotten in my head.
Right.
And it would have been. I already felt robotic, just not being able to. I just can't. It makes me feel terrible to
Fake it.
Fake it, right.
Like I don't ever have a plan when I
Right.
go on stage.
Yeah.
And I'll do a lot of the same jokes and bits and stuff, but it's not mapped out. So I felt like a complete fraud.
Even that night.
Even that night. And it was
That's
fine.
what he said. I felt like a fraud. I'm like, well,
got
that
off
was
of
one hell of a fraud set
Yeah.
because.
But you didn't, when you were driving home, you didn't pat yourself in the back and go, that was amazing?
No.
But no. But
The experience was amazing.
But listen.
Yeah.
That 5 minutes is now in a capsule, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't change it. It is what, and what you did was, from what I hear, you killed.
Yeah.
Right? That thing's going to live on, on the internet. It's out there now, right? And it's going to do more for you than 1,000 sets here.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
For
yeah,
sure.
it will,
Yeah.
for sure. It's just guaranteed. So what I'm saying is that doesn't make you feel good?
No, that does make me feel good. I was super happy.
He was super happy.
The
that
whole
night.
the whole thing was like, it made me feel like, wow, this is the first time I've been able to use my skill set to try and actually do something for my career.
Right.
And I know that it never would have happened if it wasn't, if Burr didn't have a say in it. And
It's true. He
I think
picked us.
Egget.
Yeah.
what about Egget?
I think Adam Egget, because just hear me out, when Tommy left, right,
Mm.
and Egget came and was in charge,
Yeah.
because I've heard him say this, that you, Fahim, they're just certain guys, right, that he's going to always give spots to.
Yeah, he loves
He's
them.
obsessed with you.
Yeah.
He gets...
He gets it.
And that's why I like. I mean, regardless of how comics feel about him, I'm sure Ahmed he has a lot to say.
Yeah, I read about it.
Somebody
Yeah,
read that article. Did we all read the article?
Yeah. But in your case, I think that's what makes me go, Adam gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Adam gives me great spots. I get the spots where I actually get to make money, so that's nice.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And you go on when there's still a crowd.
Yeah, I always go right after the famous people are done. And then I asked him, a couple times, I'm like, hey, is there any way I can get a spot during the week? And he just goes, no, everyone's in town.
Yeah.
So I have to wait till all the
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
the working comedians are elsewhere making money.
You do Friday, Saturday, Sunday religiously.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
And
it's
sometimes
awesome.
Wednesday if nobody, if Adam could
If
squeeze
someone
in.
cancels.
But there's always, like those are the days that the headliners are in town, the big whatever. So he's right.
Tuesdays I don't really call in anymore because of the fact that I just know I'm not going to get a spot.
I mean,
Tuesdays is one
is
room.
a big headliner.
Yeah, it's an OR.
it's
Sometimes I
one
get one,
room.
sometimes I don't.
yeah. There's a 0% chance. I just know all week I'm not going to get a spot.
Yeah.
What did Holtzman say to us the other day? Because he was here on a Wednesday. He goes, I called in for a few extra days this week.
Yeah.
Like if he calls in for all week, Adam's going to be like, I can't really give you.
Yeah.
We want people coming back.
Yeah. Has he done this one?
Holtzman?
Yeah.
Oh, a
Many
million
times.
times.
Yeah.
It's
best.
great. It's terrifying and
It
great.
is.
Him and Barris on together,
Oh my
always
God.
funny.
I can only imagine.
Holtzman consistently gives his brother's address out and tells people to send money there as part of a GoFundMe because he doesn't understand how it works.
He also gets distracted easily, and he'll just start barking. Get that dog away from the baby, and doing a bit in the corner.
Get the dog away from the baby. And we all just sit there and look at him like, what the fuck is going on?
He did it at our live show, and I was like, Brian, they can see there's no dog and or baby, so we have to move on from this bit.
And now that he's doing content, I get
yes, that's our new favorite thing. Have you seen this?
Darren Carter told him he needs to start producing content, and he was like, I can't think of anything funny. Darren was like, it doesn't have to be funny. You just have to make content.
Yeah.
So now he's been making videos.
He has a YouTube channel?
It's
Isn't it on
Instagram
Facebook?
and
Yeah.
Facebook and
He
all
does
that
Facebook
stuff.
Live.
I don't know if he does YouTube yet. I'll
And
try
it's
to get him on
It's like
there.
him eating Chinese food and
Oh,
being
I
like,
love it.
we all love Chinese food. Don't care for the products.
How about today with the neck brace?
Yeah.
It's so good.
So, but are people watching it?
I hope so.
I have
Yeah,
no
yeah.
idea.
Please
He's
go
so
watch
special.
Brian Holtzman.
My wife was like, have you seen these Holtzman videos? I'm like, no. And I watch them like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
These are everything.
When
Yeah,
he
that's
was-
his new thing.
When he was doing that Showtime, they were doing that documentary about the comedy show.
Yeah.
Showtime. So they set up all those cameras in the main room, give him a great spot, right?
Yeah, they have a 30-minute spot. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
That was
I'm
the
in.
night
I'm in
they-
there. I'm rooting for Brian.
Yeah.
Like I'm going. This is gonna be
Dude,
great.
he had
right?
him for 6 minutes.
And then he had him for 6 minutes, but then he goes into if you rape a woman, in a forest and no one hears it, is it still rape? Right? And I remember just sinking into my chair, right? Like I was doing this, I think. Yeah. And I sunk in, and
that's for quiet times.
Yeah.
It was over.
Lost. Yeah.
It's over. Like he should have just left.
Yeah.
But he had another 15 minutes.
They let him do 30.
Yeah. It was insane.
They said, "Hey Rick, can we record your set for the documentary?" I go, "Sure." And then I got here and I'm like, "Wait, I have to go after a 30-minute Brian Holtzman? That's what you want to record? Hey, here's the worst. Here's the worst setup ever. Enjoy."
Yeah.
But then I had a good set
spot.
because he was such a psychopath for the last 10 minutes.
I mean, he
especially.
was crazy.
Yeah.
And then he gets sensitive.
And he's attacked.
Like he doesn't know why,
Yeah.
right? He doesn't know why he completely lost the room.
Yeah.
And he blames everyone.
Oh, we were having fun, but now, we don't want to laugh anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it was the rape joke.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Always with the rape.
It might have even been the rape section.
Yeah, the section.
Oh, yeah,
there is a
exactly.
section.
Because it was.
What I want to do sometimes when he's on is go up before him and do a 2-minute reason why this guy is important.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And why he's coming up, right?
Yeah.
And the one thing I want to say, he's the only one in stand-up comedy. I would have to argue that no one else does it.
Yeah.
Not only that,
nobody.
he doesn't, right? He exercises his First Amendment rights more than anyone else on planet Earth.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck.
No.
Right? He doesn't care about joke structure or a point of view.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He doesn't care what
Well,
you
I think psychotic is point of view. Don't you think?
Yeah.
It's a through line.
But he's not. He's not.
No,
like,
I mean on stage.
I
'cause
understand.
His anger,
Yeah.
everything
Right.
comes out.
Yeah, the serial killer comedian, I think, is
Him
really.
and falling down. Michael Douglas and
Yeah.
falling down is what T.K. Carter used to bring him up as.
And now with the mustache, there's another element.
There's another element,
of, like,
of
this
shady.
is kind of weird.
Yeah. But because I know him off stage. I've known him since I've been here.
Yeah, great
I
guy.
But are you saying
love
he's
him.
not a maniac off stage?
No.
Have you ever driven him home?
No, but I've been
He'll
to.
clean your whole car. He's
No, but I've been to his house before.
with the string art.
No, but I've seen when I moved an ashtray on his desk and he got fucking angry.
I'm
at
surprised
me
you didn't
one
lose a hand.
He's one of those people like, because you don't quite know what to think or like what's he gonna do next.
Yeah.
But then he has like these weird moments, like when my daughter was
yeah.
born, he came up and he's like, "I heard you had a baby. Why didn't you tell me?" And I'm like, "Why on earth would I tell Brian Holtzman that I was having a
Hey,
kid?"
Brian, the kid's here.
And then
like,
the next day he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, I got you the card." I'm like, "What?" And he gave me a card with $200 cash in it. It was just like, kids are expensive. Here's
That's
some
what
money
I'm
for
saying.
diapers. You're like, this is a good guy.
Is that I know that he's sober.
Yeah.
He's active, right? He's really active, right? Because I've been sober for a long time, and I know all these things about him. He shows up to work. He does a good job. People like him. I remember back in the day when Damon Wayans used to put him on his show.
yeah, he loved him.
Now you have to ask yourself, like, here's a guy that says the N-word, that used to say the N-word on stage.
Yeah.
Right, Brian, right? But Blank Comics loved him. Do you know why? Because
He was
had
honest.
balls.
he's honest. He has balls,
Yeah.
right? And but somebody needs to. I feel like somebody needs to say that before he goes up on stage, because when you're watching
When it's
Dalia,
unprepared, yeah.
and all these guys, that you've seen on TV. Oh my God, I saw him on Whitney or whatever.
Yeah, they're
And
so
then
edgy.
Yeah, and then
that's not
Holtzman
what
comes
edge
on.
is.
I can only imagine what they go through.
Well, that's what. Yeah, you're right. And the night they recorded him too, it was like
Worried
prime
about
time.
their feelings.
Yeah.
Like
you
when he
poor
goes up at
people.
1 a.m, people are like, "Oh, so this is it's getting weird."
Yeah.
Well, that night they put him up in the heart of the show,
Yeah.
and the room was still packed.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who brought him up, but they gave him a kind of an intro, like, this guy is special or whatever they said. And so the audience was kind of like, okay, but then it just it crashed and burned so hard.
Fast.
And then it just kept going, and I'm like, why is he doing 30? I don't. Why are we doing
Because
this?
it's so unexpected. It's like watching Dora the Explorer.
Okay.
And the next thing that's up is like Cambodian guys hacking up a fucking dog with a machete.
yeah.
We're like, what? This is Saturday morning cartoon. What the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Like,
This is the right
it's
time
that
for this
kind of
show?
shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that kind of shock.
Yeah.
But it's true. Like the other night that I saw, 2 of the famous people that you followed
Yeah.
bombed hard. Main room crowd. Hard.
Yeah.
Then you went on. You did great, my friend said. Then another friend went on. She did not do well. The next guy went on. He did not do well. And then Holtzman was like, oh, they want to be like this shit?
Yeah.
And then he went out like an out and out, already angry at them, and just started screaming in their faces, and they were just running in droves to the door.
Yeah.
So that's why I was
Check,
curious
please.
if it was the other night, because I think you were the only one that had a good set.
Well, I walked
Everyone
in,
else complained about them.
I walked in last night, and Jeff Ross was on stage, and he was super low energy, and the crowd was actually, they were in full conversation around the room.
That's
like,
how
talking.
bad.
God.
And I was like, that's weird. And I walked backstage.
But it happened to the guy before him too.
Yeah, and Dalia.
Was pissed.
Dalia
Yeah.
You're giving names. I didn't want to give names, but it was everybody has bad sets.
Chris goes, they're not good. That was what he said. They're not good.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, whatever. I walk backstage, and the first thing I noticed was just how low energy Ross was. Where I'm like, he's not usually high energy, but this was like out of control. I walk backstage.
Could have just been tired. Yeah, anything.
It fucking smelled like it was
weed.
Ganja Fest 1968.
Oh, in the green room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
He must have smoked so much pot to get that smell so thick. So I'm like, oh, he's stoned as fuck.
Yeah.
So then I walked back out there to watch, and you could just tell he was fucking ripped.
And
The crowd is just talking. They just weren't into seeing a comedy show.
right.
So I just came out super aggressive.
So did Holtzman.
Yeah, just
How'd
like,
you do? Did you do good?
I did great.
Oh, that's
I
great.
didn't like.
He did great.
Yeah,
Holtzman.
I didn't think
It went
anything
another
of
way.
It was just like, oh, they're all right. They're okay.
Sometimes the audiences, you just know they're your people or not, right? Like
Yeah.
when Argus is, I love Argus, but when he's absolutely destroying, I
You're
get
like-
scared the most.
Yeah. You're like, this is not. They're not gonna like me.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to eat it.
Because
I'm like, what? Yeah,
anything. That's scary.
They're different.
Yeah.
They're just different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
They're
did we
elderly.
did we transport this audience from 1982? What's going on here?
Yeah.
He's looking over for Johnny.
Yeah. But I love him. I love him.
Argus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love him.
We love Argus.
Love him.
He's here, isn't he?
What, in the
In
room?
the building?
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Listen,
we're good.
Mitch has a great show for you. Two things before I get out of here. One,
There's always two. Do you know that? Who was it that brought him up? That I think it was Danish that told somebody to bring him up, as he's like, "Look, Argus is real particular. So when you do, what you should do is say, he's not my Gus.
no, that was
was you?
It was Danish who did it.
Oh, it's Danish who did it.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not my Gus. He's not your Gus. He's our Gus. And
He's our Gus Hamilton. And Argus, great set. Don't ever do that again.
Really?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
got so mad.
Yeah.
It just wasn't professional. He's from a different era. You know, you got to be professional. We all fuck with each other, but Argus isn't part of the fuck with each other crew.
I feel like Danish has been trying to get other people to do it though. After he got yelled at.
Yeah.
But it's always funny to. I mean, Argus is great. He just, he changes the political figure, same joke, and he kills with it.
Yeah.
Best rewriter in comedy.
But it's not just that. It's it's an example of like somebody that his whole life
revolves around this.
revolves around this, and that's how I want my life to be. I want to just do stand up forever.
Okay, but
Yeah.
you don't have Argus on your vision board.
No, he's not on my vision board.
Oh,
no.
thank
But
God.
when I look at him,
I mean,
right,
I love
you,
Argus.
and you do
but-
stand up. You'll be able to do stand up forever, but you'll be able to do it in headlining
everywhere.
clubs.
Yes.
Like I would love to do comedy forever the way you do comedy.
Yeah.
I don't want to, and I'm not on the right path right now, but I don't want to be the guy who's doing comedy 4 nights a week at the Comedy Store for the rest of my life.
yeah,
Right.
I would like to do that.
Or fighting
but
for
financially,
spots.
it's not worth
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Fighting for spots
Yeah.
at an older age
Especially
hurts
those.
because I've seen it, and some of the funniest guys in the world are like, "Oh fuck, I don't get spots over there anymore. I don't this or I don't that," and then
Yeah.
they'll move to another city. Like, "Oh, I get more spots here," and I'm like, "That's terrible. You should look for something
Yeah.
other than spots."
I was here on a Monday, and I forgot who was hosting, but they came up to me and they said, "This old guy wants to go up and do open mic, and I don't know who the fuck he is." And I turn around, it's Kip Adana. And Kip
Damn.
Adana was coming back to do open mics again to
Oh
get
my
back
God,
into the
that's
room.
amazing. I didn't.
I know, but
wanna have
here
him on the
he's a
podcast.
guy
Yeah.
that's a fucking legend.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then when you know, you
They don't know him though.
no one.
know.
They
These
don't.
young guys
Do you know who
don't
he
know.
is?
I only know who he is because of the headshot where he's got the microphone in the holster.
Yeah.
So to me, he's just a joke because
No, he's great.
The first time I ever-
Great.
I've
The
heard
first time
people
I-
say that. I've heard like
I was a
funny.
doorman in San Diego, right?
Yeah.
In La Jolla. And the first time I ever saw him perform, I'd never seen this before. They brought him up, right? And the room was pretty packed.
He's
It was
almost
Friday.
like a crooner.
Right.
Yeah, he's great.
He started his act from the back of the room.
yeah.
He started
Yes,
doing
he
his
was just-
jokes,
yep.
and he just slowly walked to the front of the stage. And then by the time he hit the stage, he was 15 minutes in, right? But still, it was captivating.
He had his
Yeah.
little drink.
Because
He'd
he
always
had
have a
drink,
little
and he
whiskey.
has
Yeah.
punchlines, you know, old school punchlines, and people
Really
were
good.
laughing, but it was like fucking
Were
incredible.
they
different
playing the
show,
piano?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
because Mike
incredible.
Becker used to play
yeah,
the piano.
yeah, it was incredible.
I thoroughly enjoyed Kip, and he would always hit on me. It was my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Like, that old school kind of.
Yeah.
But I remember
You're right, though.
Mooney yelling about, oh, the hairdresser's upset. And I'm like, who the fuck is the hairdresser?
Yeah.
And he's going, all these, you know, everything but the person's name. Hairdresser, this, that. And I figured it was Kip Adada. And I go, I didn't know he was a hairdresser. Oh, homie, you knew he was a hairdresser. I'm like,
Wow.
the fuck am I supposed to know what
Yeah.
he did as a teenager?
Yeah, yeah.
But it was just, that's everything.
Oh, I have to go.
Wait, are they calling him?
No, but I have 5 minutes left, right? I go up at 11.
I don't know. They come down and get you.
Do they? Will they come get me?
Go
Do they know
get-
I'm in here? Okay.
Look, that's what he's for, Josh, to run upstairs,
Right.
find out
Yeah.
if now's the time. Because
Yeah.
Rick has to do it as well. And then I have to do it.
The one thing about the road that I like is that I always said to myself, if I stop getting spots in La Jolla or here, in, you know, that I can at least go on the road and make a
Right.
living. So that I guess that is, you know,
Yeah.
an advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it is scary if that's all you're thinking about, getting spots, and then that gets taken away.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because people do make a living on spots, which I find fascinating.
You know what the saddest thing is? On there was a documentary they did on Fountain Avenue. You know Fountain?
Yeah,
the
of
road?
course.
And there's all these apartments where they find old dead people, right? And they're there for a month. Their bodies rotting,
Oh, Jesus.
and they're mostly all actors from the 50s
That's gonna
that
be
never
me.
made it,
That's
right?
gonna be me.
Yeah.
but
You
I
see
don't-
headshots and stuff, right? And they
Yeah.
have no family, no friends,
Yeah.
and they find their body, and they just have headshots and stuff, and like little reels of what they did in the 70s, or
Oh my
like
God.
2 lines here
Little,
and there.
little mummified
And-
actors.
Yeah, and they never made it, right?
Yeah.
And they just, that's my biggest fear.
That's terrifying.
Is it terrifying?
You're going to make me wet the bed tonight. I don't like that.
Yeah,
I know I'm
it's-
going to die alone, but I don't want to die like that. Like, if
Yeah.
I have a reel on
Yeah.
the table of
Yeah.
something I did 10 years ago or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
Opposite for
20
me.
years
I'm gonna
ago?
put a reel on the table just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case they don't know who you are.
Yeah.
So they can just look you up.
Yeah.
But those are
they-
examples of somebody not being completely honest with them in the 60s and saying,
It's not,
Yeah, you got to let this go.
They're not gonna cut
yeah,
it.
somebody along the line said, "You've got it, kid.
Yeah.
Never quit."
Stick it out.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And they just years and years, and they're now 60, 70, no agent, no manager.
Yeah.
Then they're watching, like, you know, Married with Children, and they get their heart stops. And then they're there for like a month, and they're rotting away. They have no
Yeah.
dog, nothing.
Well, the dog.
Anyway, okay.
All right, I see you
Thanks for
guys.
having me.
Jeez.
The dog's dead.
Dark. Very dark.
Thanks, Bobby. You know what? I forgot to ask him. Do you think he's a minimalist now?
He's got to be.
I'm just judging on his hat, his tethered hat. and
Don't
his-
worry about that.
That outfit. What does it say? Real to real? I think it said.
Yeah.
Be
it
real.
did. It did.
Really?
The reel was.
Oh,
It
the
was
real.
all planned. That the reel sitting on the table. He had a theme coming into the show today.
So he knew what he was going to close
Yeah,
on.
that was well planned. That's what
Out
he
and
was
out,
talking about.
amazing. Are you excited for the main room tonight?
Pumped beyond belief.
Samesies.
Gonna be one of the best shows
Yeah.
probably ever in the history of our careers.
I hope so, because I just bombed at the Improv, and then they brought up Bill Burr, and I was like, yep, sorry, Bill.
That feels good.
Sorry. And I go, I'm so sorry. And he goes, no, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, that's always a good sign.
And Bobby goes, yeah, that's always a good sign when they go, wasn't that bad.
No, it was,
He goes, I like that one line.
Yeah. Hey, out of everything you said just now, one sentence was really good. That's positive perspective.
But I like how he said when he goes on, he'll do something in the beginning to make like, okay,
Yeah.
get them, and then punish them for a while, meaning like do new stuff,
Right.
and they have to sit through it,
Sure.
and then at the end close it with something that brings them back, like, oh yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah.
So you get on winning them over, but you get off like, oh, okay, yeah, I gave you your money worth kind of thing.
Burr said that, or Bobby
Burr.
said it? Oh, yeah.
Bobby doesn't say things like that prolific.
Yeah, I mean, dude is a professional beyond belief. So
yeah, he's too professional. It's almost uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah, I have to say, watching his set on, I can't remember whether it was
Thursday.
First night. I think it was Thursday. I was genuinely laughing at comedy for the first time in
a
probably
long
7
time.
or 8 years.
Yeah. That's what Dice said too. He goes, I haven't sat and laughed at a comic. Like, I mean, he enjoyed my set, but he was nervous for me, so he couldn't enjoy my set, if you will. But to sit back and get to watch Bill do a half hour.
So funny.
Yeah, he was just screaming and so happy.
If you have big dreams, you have to be single. It's the funniest. The act out, someone grabbing you by the legs and dragging you down.
It's so great. So funny. It's so true. And so sorry, Rick. I didn't mean to.
That's right. When we were
impede your greatness.
When we did our interview on Tuesday or whatever, he was asking me about like when I started doing crowd work and all that. I said, well, I just had to. It didn't go well at first because I was learning how far you could take things, and I was learning. You can't just attack women in the crowd, and it just kind of pausing. It's like, well, you can, but you have to. You just have to know how to do it. I'm like,
he's like,
true.
Hold on a second, kid. Yeah.
First of all,
let's not get stupid.
You can attack women for sure. But I'm like, that's too funny.
But yeah, that's
just the
great.
look on his face, like I don't agree. But
he said a line that made me laugh really hard. I don't know if it'll make it in the show, but I was telling that story about my mom taking us to the Flyers game in the blizzard, and I said on the way there, aside from like losing my brother Billy for a little bit, we also ran into my dog who was just out in the neighborhood, and he went, back when animals could be animals. But it was so true. Like a dog, now they spoon feed dogs. They'll wipe their ass. We didn't grow up like that. That Fluffy, my dog, her name was Fluffy because we're very creative.
Fluffy on the streets.
Yeah, Fluffy on the streets. Fluffy was more popular than me. All of us. Like I would get called Jimmy's sister, Karen's sister, Fluffy's sister. Like
that's kind of how it is in Israel still.
The dogs are out.
The dogs are still running. Like when
but do they have a home to go to? That's what scares me. Because in Mexico they did not.
No, yeah, they do. But I was there. I think it was like the second day I was there. A different dog ran up to into the yard, of Corinne's parents' yard, whatever. I was like, "Who's that?" She's like, "Oh, it's one of the neighbor's dogs." I go, did it escape? She's like, "No, they just they stick around the neighborhood. They just kind of run around.
Yeah,
they'll come over, see the dogs over here." Chase them around a little bit, hang out. Corinne's mom will feed them, give them little snacks and stuff, so they know, like, hey, I'm kind of hungry.
I'm gonna go see her. She's the nice lady. She'll give me food. There was a lady up my mom's street that we used to call the nice lady, and we used to pick her own flowers. Maybe she didn't know we did it, but we would give her flowers, and she would give us candy. Yeah. I mean, that was the nice lady.
Yeah.
I have no idea what her name was.
Did you guys tear apart my garden? Here's a reward.
I don't think she knew. I think she was so old she didn't know what was happening. No idea. And we would just give her, and we would run off.
This is just like the flowers in the front. Wait a minute.
We're horrible people.
No.
Anyway, so do you have anything? Our thing doesn't come out till January 2020.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Who knows what episode we'll be on? We might not be on until March of 2020.
You think we're gonna take a break because we're gonna be too big?
I think. Well,
we're gonna be like, look.
They're doing 3 per episode. So.
Oh, that's right. It's all broken down.
Yeah, because it's multiple episodes. It's not like a 2-hour block or something.
Yeah.
So who knows where we fit in? But sometime in the beginning months of 2020.
2020 in January. on Comedy Central. Look out for that.
People will be able to judge us endlessly.
I want them to. You can come to the Comedy Store and check us out every weekend.
Yep.
Well, Rick's here every weekend
I'll
almost.
be the normal looking person starting fires.
There you go.
And,
Fire starter. That's his
Firestarter.
new nickname. And then by the time this comes out, I'll be on the East Coast with Dice. We'll be in Ohio at Sonic Temple Festival. Sonic Temple? Is that what it's called? Yeah. Okay. I look at Josh because I'm an idiot. Sonic Temple on May 18th.
Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio, where the music...
Music capital of the United States.
Yeah, but also Max and Dylan, No One Cares. Their band is in the festival.
That's cool.
And then I'm opening for Dice, so it's like a little family affair. I think even Pauly Shore will be there.
Unbelievably.
Dude, right?
Awesome.
I forgot to ask Bobby. He was just in his movie, I think.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Pauly's
Everyone
doing
got
a
in.
film. The 2 girls that I did a pilot with are also in it.
That's cool.
The Eskimo sisters that I love.
Hmm.
They're good girls. But
I can't-
Pauly didn't ask us.
I can't believe Pauly didn't ask me after everything I've stolen from him.
Sorry about that, Pauly. Anyway, all right. Rate, subscribe. Yeah,
Check
we're
us
gonna
out.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, check me out on MySpace, myspace.com/Dane Cook.
There you go.
I
I think Dane was here tonight.
I have nothing else to plug.
I felt the dead energy in the building.
You
No,
could
I'm kidding.
You could smell the underage girlfriends hanging in the parking lot.
Hey, man, if he could still pull them,
Yeah.
go for it, buddy.
Yep.
Anyway, Josh, do you have anything you want to promote? Yeah. I can't think of something else. I think we're going to do a live podcast. Are you going to do a live podcast with Danish and O'Neill?
I don't know.
Did he ask you about that?
No.
That's June 20th. He might ask you.
Okay.
That's usually like the biggest feedback I get back to the Danish and O'Neill guys. Their fans are fucking crazy.
They're amazing.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah.
So like,
Well, you're pulling up your dates. That's how many fucking dates you have, Josh. This is ridiculous.
He's obviously booked another microphone-less Sheezer gig.
Yeah.
He wants to-
Yeah, that was great. There's no PA in the middle of nowhere, Ohio. That's a
Always
whole nother
funny.
story for another time. But now I'll be with Jason Rouse in Calgary, 24th and 25th, and then Vancouver.
Vancouver, do it right.
Vancouver.
Those races.
30th, 31st,
motherfuckers.
and the 1st. So. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. And we are the Comedy Store Podcast. Check us out. Bye.
Peace.